Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the GuitarGuts podcast with me, Mark Murray. Today, my guest is Matt Prosser at MProGuitar on Instagram. I've been following his page for over a year now, and he does a lot of great metal covers. He's a guitar player from Northern California, so a couple of Cali boys here. We talk about how he got his start with the guitar, why he started playing, how he got on Instagram, what motivates him to keep doing this stuff, how he got his sponsors. He's sponsored by a couple different companies, including EMG, so that's pretty big. He's only been doing it for a year and a half, I think he said, so we get into all that stuff, and it's really interesting. He's making a business out of this. He wants this to be his profession. I'm right there with him, so a lot of people aren't into that. They just want to do Instagram and YouTube for fun, but there's an avenue there, so we talk about that. We talk about what's the path to making money and making that your career, to be an alternative type of musician like that. It's a super fun podcast, so you guys are going to enjoy it. Before we get into the episode, I do want to tell you about a couple of my sponsors. I have a couple of supporters for the show. One of them is Iron Age Guitar Accessories. They make kill switches, picks, custom knobs for guitars. Mainly the kill switches is what I use from them, and they come in all different colors with different color LED lights, so they can match your guitar's paint and hardware. They're really cool. Here's a clip of me jamming a little bit with one. If you've never even used one before, and that's the first time you've ever even saw one, well, guitarists like Eddie Van Halen, Buckethead, Tom Morello, some of my favorite guitar players use these things. So, of course, I use one too. And go over to GuitarGuts.com. There's a banner right at the top. If you click the banner, it's going to bring you over to their kill switch page, which is exactly where you want to be. And at the checkout, enter GG-10, GG10. It'll get you 10% off, I believe, on their website. So check it out at the top of GuitarGuts.com. Also, my newest sponsor for this week is going to be Lundgren Guitar Pickups. So they make pickups out of Sweden, and I got hooked up through them on Instagram talking to Johan. He recommended I try the Heaven 77 pickup. So I got one. It's in my classic Frankenstrat, and it's a cheaper guitar. That pickup sounds so good in that guitar. It's crazy. Here's a clip of me jamming a little Van Halen from when I did Van Halen 1 week on my Instagram page. I covered every song from the first Van Halen album in about a week. So here's me jamming with the Lundgren pickup. That's the Heaven 77 pickup right there, and it sounds amazing. So go check them out on Instagram, at Lundgren Guitar Pickups. Also, they have a website, lundgren.se/en. Lundgren is Lundgren. So great company, great guys. I know Josh, the White Wolf, Josh Dalvikin from a few episodes ago. He's a big fan of them. He actually just got a new set of pickups to throw in one of his guitars. I don't know which one, but great company, so go check them out, Lundgren Pickups. They just did some work for me on my old hollow body Hofner, that if you check out my page, I'll be having some photos and some videos. I got like a long video I've been working on of me restoring this thing. And they also just sent me a new pickup for a Wolfgang, so I'll be painting a Wolfgang soon. I think I'm going to do it black stripes with like a black paint with like dark gray stripes, so it's going to be almost stealthy. That's what I'm thinking. Throw an Iron Age kill switch in there, a black one, and I'm going to throw this Lundgren Heaven 77 that I just got right in it too. So thanks to Lundgren for coming onto the podcast, and here is the episode. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the podcast. Matt Prosser, how's it going?
Good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy to be talking to you right now on a Tuesday.
Yeah, same. Thanks for having me, dude.
So up in Northern California, same thing in Southern California right now. Super fucking hot, huh?
Way too fucking hot, yeah.
It's the last Thursday or Friday, it hit 117 degrees here in Simi Valley. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was like 105 here, and there's like a bunch of fires and shit, so it's like you can't breathe outside either. So that's pretty cool.
People think 'cause we're both in California, but the distance between us, I think you're in Redding, right?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, 8 hours away from you probably.
So far, like, what a long state that is. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I'm almost to Oregon now.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
grew up in the, it's a lot cheaper up here though.
where'd you grow up down here?
In the Bay Area.
Ah.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Redding?
2 years now.
Okay, so you moved up there as a full-on adult.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, man. So your Instagram name, MProGuitar. How long have you been on Instagram for doing guitar stuff?
Probably like a year and a half now, or a year maybe.
Okay,
I'm
so
not.
it's pretty close to me. I've been on, I think, about 2 years or so.
Yeah, you're kicking the shit out of me though.
Maybe, I don't know. You're lately. I've been noticing that you've been skyrocketing way more than normal. I don't know if is that true.
I don't know. There's definitely some fucking duds that I post.
You got some funny ones though. There's some that you say like wait till the end, and then you got like a little twist at the end.
Yeah, yeah, I do stuff like that. Get people's attention. Give people.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that you got a new guitar recently. You're sponsored by Serpent King Guitars.
Yes, sir.
Dude, so I mean, you're killing it on Instagram. Is this all from Instagram?
Yes, it is all from Instagram.
That thing's beautiful.
All my endorsements. I mean, I've definitely hit up a bunch of people and they tell me no, but you just gotta try, man.
What made you originally get on Instagram and start putting guitar videos up?
This guy I work with, I was like showing him my guitar stuff, and he's like, "Hey, man, well, like one of my friends, they do like makeup videos on the internet, and like she barely has to work, and all she does is like apply makeup and show how to do it. Like you should do the same thing with your guitar playing." And I'm like, okay. So like I started doing it and get like 50 views, and I was all pumped on it. I'm like, fuck yeah. So it just kind of went from there.
It's so funny when you first start out because like on my personal Instagram page, I have like 250 or 300 followers. I get like a good post is like 45 likes. And then when you first start a guitar page, it blows up so much faster than like your regular Instagram page. You're like, what the hell? No one likes the real me. Everybody likes my guitar page.
For sure. I get like 1,000 views now. I'm like, oh, it's shitty.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I like that shirt, buddy.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
Mathis Guitars.
I was going to wear the same one. I'm glad I didn't. We look like idiots.
Dude, you have the same one too?
It's pretty close to that one, yeah.
That's so funny. When I put it on, I was like, oh, I see you wear Mathis and you post about their picks and stuff. And I was like, perfect time to wear the shirt. I wanted to give them a shout out anyways and tell people to check them out because I like this shirt. It's a nice shirt.
Yeah, Jason's an awesome dude. Like, I've been with Mathis for like I think that's my longest endorsement besides Savage Custom Picks. And they hit me up actually. And then I met up with him at NAMM. He's a really cool guy.
Awesome. How did you said you just hit him up and started talking to him? Is that how you got hooked up with him?
No, he hit me up and was like, hey, would you be interested in wearing my brand? And like, I'm trying to spread things out and like get with cool guys. And so, yeah.
What is it exactly? I see that he's starting to make guitars. Also, I know he makes picks. He has a huge line of shirts. There's like 20 shirts or more maybe on his website. Right. What's their main thing what do they give you that they sponsor you for? Are the shirts?
Just shirts and picks and stuff. And I pretty much told them like I'm with Savage, so I can't be like using your picks, but I'll like test them out and let you know what I think and all that. And then like it's weird to put them in my bio because it's like Serpent King Guitars and then Mathis Guitars. I don't want people to think like, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's pretty much just shirts and picks and just helping him promote.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He hit me up a little while ago and sent me a shirt and some picks. And I've already got a company, Iron Age Accessories. They send me kill switches and picks and everything. So same thing. I couldn't really like take on another endorsement for that, but I told him, I'll wear the shirt and if the picks are what I like, because I don't really use Iron Age's picks, I just use their kill switches. Yeah, I would go with his picks, but to be honest, I like what I'm using. I went back and forth, and they're really nice picks too. I mean, nothing wrong with them, but I use Dunlop sharps, and they're just a little sharper than the points on his picks. Which going back and forth, I noticed a difference, and I was like, I'm not gonna, I can't go push something that I'm not really using.
Right. Yeah. No, I do like the Mathis picks like more than just regular. Like I like that kind of sandy grip on them. But the Savage custom picks just sound like way better. They're just like more crafted. That's like their thing. You know what I mean? So the Mathis picks are better than normal picks, but like the Savage custom picks I have are amazing. I have a couple here. This one is made from like pearl inlay. That one's killer, like 2.5 millimeter, I think. This one is way too fucking big. It's super good for sweep picking though. But like if you're trying to riff and chug with it, it's just not, it doesn't do too well. And then they're working on a couple prototypes for like my signature right now.
Dude, really cool. When Angel came over, he brought over his Savage custom pick, a couple of them, and let me try them. And one of them was like this blue stone one with this awesome point on it. It was like literally the best pick I've ever used before. I was shocked.
Yeah, dude, I just never thought about it like with picks before. I kind of just was like, yeah, you just buy picks and play them. But like, you will buy $1,000 guitar and $1,000 amp and then 30-cent picks. Like, why do you do that? But if you listen to the sound difference, like on acoustic or like just like playing without the amp, you can totally hear that regular picks give it that like clicking sound. And the Savage custom picks just kind of float through the strings. They don't really make that. You don't get as much resistance.
Yeah, they are really nice. I think they're like $15 a piece, but might be worth it. I think I'm gonna have to make a little investment pretty soon.
Right, just buy one pick and have that be your pick, and just don't lose it.
Yeah, I think I can handle that. If I spend that much on it, I'll probably put it. I have a pick pouch that I've never used, but maybe I'll start using it for that.
You need to get like a glass case for it that opens up,
like a wedding ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Maybe I will. That guitar you got, that Serpent King.
Mm-hmm.
How you digging that thing, man?
I like it a lot. It's like way bassier than my other guitars, which is weird. But the white EMGs, that's awesome. Definitely a pain in the ass to get in because I went to switch them out myself, and my buddy 60 Second Metal, Peyton, was helping me out. And we're on the phone like Skyping and shit, and he showed me how to do everything. And then I go to put the pickup in, and it's too big for the fucking hole.
Oh, what?
Oh no! So yeah, I had to take it in and like have them like sand it out evenly, and then put them in and shit. And then we had to add pickup rings, but I think it turned out pretty cool.
Dude, it looks super unique, man. It looks really cool.
Yeah, they come with a black headstock, but I wanted a white one, so we went with white. The only thing that's tripping me out is like it's matte finished, so the neck is kind of weird. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like it sticks or anything, but it's just something to get used to,
Mm-hmm. Is the reverse headstock also standard on that?
Yeah, the reverse headstock standard, yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, I just like matching headstock. I don't like when a guitar has like a black headstock and then white, whatever. I don't know, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, the Epiphone Explorers are like that. The headstock's black on a white guitar. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
But yeah, all my other guitars are like high gloss finish, like my ESPs and stuff, so I don't know, that's just something to get used to. Like when I'm sliding up, it just feels kind of weird.
My favorite is like a raw, but with like a satin feel, like a unfinished. Like I'm not that into painted necks, but then there's something about, because I have a couple that are like, I have a Charvel that's got pure raw neck, which it's like, it's really nice. But I have another one that's it's a Edwards from Japan by ESP, and the neck on that, it's got like some type of satin, but just a clear finish on it, and it is the best.
Yeah, I've never played anything like that.
Yeah, it's pretty unique, but I don't know. I played. Have you jammed with Angel yet?
No.
Riffmaster 95.
Yeah.
When you play as Ouija, if you guys get together and jam, that thing's got a killer neck on it. It's super thin and it's painted, but I still like it.
That dude has all kinds of weird guitars.
He's got a crazy collection. He's selling one of them right now, his Nosferatu guitar.
Yeah.
Kirk Hammett signature guitars.
Right, he went hard with those, dude.
Oh, hard. When you said earlier that you started Instagram, your guitar page, because you saw somebody doing like makeup tutorials, right?
Yeah, my buddy told me about it, and it's like, oh, you should do that with your guitar, And I'm like, yeah, sure, because I wasn't doing anything. It felt stupid to like be getting better and better, and then just doing nothing with it, and no one knows anything about it.
How long have you been playing guitar?
Like 10 years, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, a while.
Yeah, my mom got my brother and I like shitty Fender Stratocasters for Christmas one year, just like out of nowhere. I didn't really ask for it, and like I was kind of into it at first, like, oh, that's cool. And then my brother got way better, and I kind of just like dropped it. I played drums for like 5 years, and then I kind of came back to guitar and like re-fell in love with it.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, so you look older with that big beard on. Like, I thought you were like probably like 35, somewhere in there.
I should look younger now that they hacked it all off today.
Dude, how does that feel? Do you feel nice and cool though?
My head does, but yeah, when I go to grab my beard, it's not there, and I feel weird.
So I've never gotten a professional beard trim before, and like I know I got to go do it. I just trim it myself, and I just like look at it every day, and I'm like, oh, that little chunk looks long, and I'll just like trim it with some scissors. Like, I have no real routine. Do you always get your beard professionally done?
No, that was like the first time I went and got a haircut in like, I don't know, 10 years. Yeah, I just usually cut my hair myself, and I just let my beard go and then kind of trim it down.
But then you knew you were going to be on the podcast, so you wanted to go get a professional.
Had to get all of them. That's right. Yes.
Nice. How long have you had that beard for?
Well, I had like a shitty patchy beard when I was like 15, but I don't think I've been clean shaven since about like 16, 17.
Really? You grew it early.
Always had a beard. Yeah.
Damn, I was a late bloomer. I couldn't grow shit until I was like 25 or something, and then I grew a goatee. And looking back, like I can't believe I had a goatee. Like, that's embarrassing. So no offense if you guys have goatees out there. Sorry about that, but if you grow a beard, you'll be like, oh my god, I'll never have a goatee again.
Definitely offense. Just grow a whole beard.
Dude, the beards are the way to go.
Yeah. I feel naked right now, man.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And you don't have a hat on. Usually you have a hat on in your videos too, so like people aren't going to recognize you.
I know. You want me to go get my hat?
You don't have to.
It'd feel disgraceful. It'd feel rude to the barber to be like, oh, fuck you, you know?
Right away, right after you get a haircut?
Right. No, it sucks, you know?
Well, they're not watching.
That's true. I won't tell them about it. I'll just go get my hat.
By the way, I see you got is that a Jake Shields shirt?
Yes, sir. Jake
do
Shields
you do jiu-jitsu?
Yep.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I trained martial arts for like 7 years. I taught for a little bit. I used to train with Gilbert Melendez. Yeah, I trained at Fairtex for like 5 years.
Wow, dude, that's really cool. What belt are you?
No belt in jiu-jitsu because I did no gi. But yeah, I did Muay Thai more than jiu-jitsu. But yeah, at one point I had to just decide, like, do I want to like break my hands and get concussions, or do I want to play guitar? And I kind of just chose guitar over it.
It's funny. There's a lot of people who do martial arts and play music.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. You got to be pretty smart to be good at both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So you said that you started Instagram because I kind of got off my point earlier. You started Instagram because you know somebody who was starting to make a career out of it. Is that one of your eventual goals, is to keep going with it, get more sponsors, find ways to get paid from this, and quit your job?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like, work fucking sucks, you know? So I'm just trying to do whatever I can because I don't really know what to do. And like I made like a little band for a little bit off Instagram, same deal. I was like kind of getting bummed on it because like I just didn't know what to do. And this guy hit me up and he's like, well, you know what? Let's make some music. I'm like, okay. So I'd send him guitar tracks. He would record drums. He had like a million mics, professional stuff. He's super good at mixing and mastering. So we made a couple tracks and then he kind of just bailed out on me. So it's been, I don't know, like 6 months since I've been like making my own music. But yeah, I just want to make music a career, and I didn't know Instagram was the only place I found success so far. So it's like, that's what I'm going to do.
That's smart. I think more people should be looking at it the same way. I'm in the same boat as you. I see there's a lot of avenues here. There's a lot of open spaces where like people could have all kinds of different guitar entertainment, shows and things going on. Like, there's a lot of people who like almost look down on it. They're like, you're on here trying to make money? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm on here every day posting. I'm on here every day making videos at home and editing things. And like, when you do a lot of videos and stuff like that, it's a ton of work. but it's super fun, obviously. But it's a ton of work.
Yeah, I do it for fun as well. Like I try not to take it too seriously. You know, like I still fuck around and like do whatever I want. So it's not all about money, but it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to just like make a name for myself. And like I said, Instagram's the only way that's, because it started out, I posted a couple of videos on Facebook and stuff, and I'd have like 10 or 20 friends like it and comment, and I'd be like, okay, cool. You know, and that would just happen randomly. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to make a career out of it. And I think maybe I'll eventually do like YouTube and maybe, what's that, Twitch or something like that. Just, yeah, man, I've already taught a couple lessons from it, but that's not really the direction I want to go, you know? I more want to like make my music, write music.
Dude, lessons are tough. You got to learn a lot of other stuff for other people, and then it's like you study for 4 hours for 1 half-hour lesson. You're like, damn.
That's exactly how it was. I'd ask people, hey, what is it you feel like you want to work on? And they'd let me know. And I'd pretty much just be a consolidator. I would watch like hours of lessons and then be like, okay, here's what I found useful, and here's what I wish people told me, you know, and that's pretty much all I would do.
Yeah, I think if you did it for a long time, and then eventually you're going to have such a library of knowledge that someone says, oh, I want to learn this, you already know that. But in the beginning, to start out, man, it's tough.
Yeah, I've never taken lessons before, so I don't know what to tell people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, I just try to give people tips and tricks of things that I wish people told me, and that's pretty much all I did.
I think that's a good way to do it. I always tell people when they have their kids or something want to play guitar, ask the kids what they want to play, because if you tell them to just play chords and scales all day, they're not going to want to play, and they're going to hate it, and then they're never going to pick the guitar up.
Yeah, they're going to be bored as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't do like any scales or anything like that for like till like years in. I would just like shittily learn songs that I like and then be pumped on it.
I think that's a good way to do it too, though, because then you can go back and then you learn the scale, or like you could look at the song and be like, oh, okay, this is a A minor scale here in this song I already know. So you can like plug the knowledge in later to what you already know from songs.
I felt really stupid, and then I went like hard for like a week into music theory, and then kind of applied it to my own music writing, and then was like, okay, I was already doing this the right way to begin with. So I don't know shit about like chords and scales and shit. I know how to do them, don't know what they're called. I don't know shit about music theory.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to. I mean, unless you're writing like symphony pieces and stuff, I don't think, you know, just...
Well, maybe I want to.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Call there, dude.
Whoops.
We got a phone call. Sorry, man.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, popular guy.
Yeah, I told him to fuck off. Don't worry.
Nice. When you first started, what kind of songs were you and your brother starting to learn?
Pretty much just like same stuff I play now, dude. Like just Pantera and stuff like that. Pantera, Black Label Society, that kind of stuff.
Do you remember the first song you learned?
No, that's too long ago. No. Do you remember the first song you learned?
I remember. I can't remember exactly. Okay, I do remember. It was Nirvana, "The Man Who Stole the World."
Oh yeah, I've never heard that song.
It's a David Bowie cover, and I only learned one riff, and I played it completely wrong, but I went down to my neighbor's house. He taught me how to play it, and then I didn't learn anything else because there wasn't, when I started, there was no internet, or there was, but nobody was using it, so I couldn't go get tabs or anything.
Yeah.
I was 10, I think, or 11 when I started. So,
Grandpa, there was no internet then.
yeah, man, I'm right on that cusp. It came out like a year into my playing it. Like I got AOL, and then I was able to go on, get tabs and stuff, and so I learned that one riff wrong, and then just played it for like a week because that's all I knew how to do. And nobody I knew played guitar except this one dude. So that's how I learned.
Yeah, that's how I learned too. Pretty much just taught myself. I had a couple of drum lessons when I played drums, but guitar, yeah, I taught myself entirely.
By the way, I forgot to mention this a minute ago when we were talking about like making a business out of guitar playing online and all that stuff. I think YouTube and Patreon. I think those two are like the big ones because YouTube, once you get enough subscribers, you can start getting paid just off your regular videos, which is not a lot. It's a couple bucks here or there, but all these little individual revenue streams separately all come together. Like you got your T-shirt sales and probably, I don't know if you have any deals worked out with your sponsors, but percentages from sponsor sales. Like all you need is a little bit from each little category, and then all of a sudden, you can start putting full time into this. It's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that with Serpent King a little bit. Like, hey, if I can get you a sale, pretty much, like if I work with someone and get you a guitar sale, then they can use like codename MProGuitar and get like 5 or 10% off or whatever like that, and I'd get a little kickback from it. But it's pretty, like, I mean, I just got the guitar like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something like that, so it's like we still haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, and for the shirts, the Savage Custom Pick shirts, I was pretty much just like, I don't want any money from it. It's more of like a spreading the word kind of thing. So just make them as cheap as you possibly can to make break even, and then let's just have it be like that,
Dude, that's such a cool shirt. It's for people who haven't seen it. Is there a name for that red and white and blue sports logo style?
Just Major League Baseball logo, I guess.
Yeah, it's you, right? In the silhouette holding a guitar.
Yeah, it's holding my my EC 1000. My buddy Brig, he's a rapper. He designed that for me.
That's the first time I saw your profile. I saw that and I was like, no way. I looked at it all close. I'm like, dude. I was like, he nailed it. That's so good.
Yeah, my buddy Brig killed it. So I think we're talking about the next design being like this headstock, and then instead of saying LTD or ESP, you'll say MPG for MProGuitar.
Oh, I like it. Another silhouette or something, or?
I don't know. He's the fucking magician. I was gonna let him do it.
Dude, smart.
Yeah. So me and him like went to kindergarten together, and my little brother's actually a producer. So my little brother makes beats for him. So someone I went to kindergarten with is rapping on his beats, and I say we made like 3 or 4, maybe 5 beats where like me and my brother work together, like in person, and I'll like write something on guitar and then add layers, and then he'll make a rap beat out of it. So we've done that a couple times.
Do you have any of that on your page?
Probably buried way back in there, but we're talking about doing like a whole record like that, all guitar beats like that with him rapping on it. But yeah, he's Brig650 on Instagram if you want to check him out.
Dude, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah,
do you listen to hip hop?
Yeah.
What do you like?
I like Problem, I Am Sue, old school stuff like NWA. I've covered NWA and Ice Cube on my page before.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
By the way, I have not heard of either of those first 2 you said. I am definitely a grandpa.
It happens.
Are you a fan of like Jared Dines and Steve Terraberry and all those YouTube guys?
Not really. I'm kind of ignorant. I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah, they get some serious views. Hey, what do you got? 209 representing, huh? You're not in 209, are you? Area code?
No.
I remember you spoke of Gilbert Melendez. He hangs out with the Diaz brothers, so.
That's right, yeah. I've never got to train with them, though.
No?
Just Gilbert.
What was that like?
It was cool, man. He's so strong and he knows so much. It's like he's 155 pounds, but he can fucking throw me around. It's crazy. So my gym closed down because one of the trainers was actually sleeping like upstairs because he's from fucking Thailand. So yeah, my gym closed down for like 2 months, and he's like, all right, well, you can come train at my house. So I used to have to drive to San Francisco every day and train with him and then drive back home after school. But yeah, he's a super good dude.
Who's that?
Gilbert Melendez.
Oh, that's Gilbert. Dude, really cool. So that's when you were in high school?
Yeah, like 15 to like 17, I trained with him.
Dang, dude. So that's like right before he was like Strikeforce champion.
Yeah, I think he became champion while we were still training with him. And his wife, Carrie, is a fucking beast.
She's fighting still, right?
Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah, I've seen her. I think she's in Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the UFC this weekend?
I did. I was so happy for Cormier.
Dude, how crazy is that? DC stands for double champion.
Right? Yeah, I was just telling my coworkers about it because he doesn't know like as much as I do. Because I've been following MMA for like, I don't know, 11 years now. And I was telling him, like, DC's knocked out heavyweights before. He was a Strikeforce champion. He knocked out Bigfoot Silva. He could totally knock out Stipe. He's like, oh, I don't know. I was definitely like jumping up and down and screaming in my room like a child.
Dude, my jaw dropped for like 3 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
I thought he was gonna wrestle him and then like rear naked choke him, but
see, I thought Stipe was gonna win. I thought maybe DC was gonna take him down, hold him down a little bit, but I thought Stipe was gonna be able to. I don't know. And then in the fight, the first round, Stipe was kind of holding him up against the cage a little bit and defending the takedowns pretty good. Like, not that DC was shooting that hard, but I still thought like, oh, Stipe's a little too big and strong, and then.
Right.
Nope.
Stipe's boxing is super clean, but I think Cormier is just more well-rounded.
Yeah, he's strong too. That he packs power, especially from inside the clinch. That's something else.
Right. Yeah, that was amazing.
And then it got super WWE after that when Brock Lesnar came in.
That was so stupid.
So stupid. I've heard everybody's been complaining about that. No one's excited for Brock's return.
No, me neither. Because remember what Kane did to him, and remember what Overeem did to him. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I was thinking they should have given Overeem on the return and see if he could redeem himself from the last fight, or if because Overeem's not looked as good lately. Maybe they're going to meet in the middle now. Right.
I think Overeem would body kick him and he'd shit his pants again, though.
Dude, that'd be fun to see. Or I was thinking if John Jones ever comes back, just let them both juice to the gills and go at it. Brock Lesnar versus John Jones, heavyweight. Yeah. Steroids allowed.
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So when you first started playing guitar, how long did it take till you started actually getting good, you think? Where you're like jamming full songs and
I sucked for a long time. I don't know, man. Like I said, I played for a couple years and like my brother kind of took off with it, and then I'm just like, okay, that's his thing. I'm not worried about that. And I went and played drums, and then like we would jam stuff together. He'd play guitar, I'd play drums. And then, yeah, at some point I was just tired of like lugging drums around and it just being super fucking loud. And like, I loved it, but it's just like, this is too, I don't know, high maintenance. Like, fuck this. So I just sold all my drums, bought a better guitar, and then started taking it more seriously. But I don't know, man, probably 5 years, 6 years in before I felt like, okay, I'm proficient now,
What were you playing during that time? What kind of guitar?
Oh, fuck. I had some stupid-ass guitars. Like, my first one, like I said, was that, like, Squire thing, and I put, like, a bunch of stupid stickers on it. I've had, like, a BC Rich Warlock with, like, the Widow headstock shit. Yeah.
That's one of the worst guitars.
Yes. I've had an Ibanez Iceman. Yeah, just shit like that. And then I did get my black EC1000, like, back then, like, when I was, like, 15. So I had that guitar for like 10 years. And then I just sold it to Bob from Savage Custom Picks.
Yeah, I was wondering if you still had that. I was looking at your page. I saw you have like the black cherry. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I had an all black one that I sold.
But what is that one called? That's not black cherry. It's just red.
I don't know. I got a Guitar Center online. Free shipping.
How come you kept the red one, got rid of the black one?
Honestly, just 10 years of like riffing and sweating and not taking care of my neck the right way, and just like it being kind of warped, and like when you did bends, it felt like you're bending strings on a tree, like bark included. It just didn't, it was like, I don't know, it was just rough on my fingers. I was like, I needed something fresh.
It didn't play like this one, huh?
Fuck no.
Are they both Korean models?
Yeah, they both are. Locking tuners on the top. I love like the trim on it is killer, like that.
The abalone, and then it's got like a cream or white binding on the outside of that too, huh?
Yeah. No, I love this thing. This is still probably my favorite guitar.
Dude, that thing that matches my Japanese Edwards. Same colors, and then also the binding is just like that too.
I fucking love quilt top stuff. And then I also have this crazy ass thing.
Yeah, I saw some old videos of you playing that. I was wondering if you still had that thing. I don't see you play it anymore.
It's definitely a pain in the ass. It's just hard to find the right strings to stay in tune. And then, like in the back here, you're supposed to have 3 of these screws, and I only have 2. So it's just like and then this one's like going in kind of awkwardly, so it's really hard to keep it in the right tuning. And then I've noticed like the strings are farther apart this way, so like when I'm going up, it's just harder to, I don't know, it's just harder to play all together.
Huh.
I pretty much just use it for like big ass dime squeals that don't have to be in tune.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, this thing's definitely eye catching.
Thing is crazy. Yeah. Perfect for Instagram.
Yeah, right. Seriously. I should just post like a bunch of videos in a row, just me dive bombing it.
Yeah, I saw you had one from a couple months back. You just going crazy with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I see it a lot, like on like all these like Guitars Are Better and like Solo Section and like all these Instagram pages where they have someone doing it like very shittily and not right, and it doesn't sound good.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I had to show them how it's done.
You got to do an updated one, another one soon.
Yeah. You got to do it dime bag style.
What's dime bag style as opposed to non-dime bag style?
So most people will just like pick the note or the harmonic and then whammy it. The way Dime did it is he would like pull off the string with this hand with the bar back and then dump the bar down, tap the harmonic, and then bring it back up. So like one motion. So if you watch my videos, my hand just looks like this the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So Dime would flick it with his middle finger and then tap it with his ring finger. But I just kind of pull it off and then hit the harmonic with my thumb, actually.
Oh, wow. Over the top.
Yep.
You know what? Yep. I don't think I ever actually knew that that's how he did that.
Yeah, I saw like a behind-the-scenes damage plan thing, and I watched that video like 600 times, and it took me a long time to get it. It's such an awkward motion, and you have to tap that harmonic at the right time or else it won't pan out correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like it's a difficult technique to get down right, and I see like a bunch of people fucking it up. I mean, which is fine. No poo-poo on them, but just like everyone else being like, "Oh my god," you know.
It's like, what the hell are they so impressed for? It's not even right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. What do you your videos are always super good quality. You have a GoPro, or is that what you record your video with?
Yeah, I have it right here. I have a GoPro Hero Session 5. So not the ideal GoPro you want. This one's for like strapping to your fucking head and like running around outside. Mm-hmm. So it's just like what Riffmaster was saying, man. If you don't have good lighting, it sucks. So like I have like a just a regular like house light. You just like 3 bulbs on it, and I have to point them all directly at me to get that video quality. Because if it's slightly dark, it's terrible.
Does it get hot under those lights?
Yes, very, very much so. That's why sometimes I post stuff when it's not perfect, because I'm like, I'm hot. I just recorded this 15 times. Just fuck this. I'm over it. It's good enough. And the audio quality on it is not great. So I have like 2 options pretty much. I can get like an adapter and then get like a guitar mic and attach it to that. Or I can just sell that, get an entirely new GoPro. And then like those more rectangular ones have like little inputs that you can just plug a microphone in. Mm-hmm. So I would do that because the audio quality is not great.
So that's how you get your audio, is from the session?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds way better than... Dude, I have a Hero 5, and yours sounds way better than the audio for mine for some reason.
I definitely have to like change my amp settings to get rid of certain, like to accommodate for it. And then I also, how far away from me I put it is important. And just like, I don't know, the volume is really important too, because sometimes I'm too quiet and then I use like that quick app to boost all the sound. So it like balances out. Because if you go a little bit too loud, it like cuts in and out and it sounds like shit. Yeah.
And then if you go too quiet, you start hearing the pick in the room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is the worst sound ever. When people have that on their videos, I'm like, damn it, turn your amp up.
Yep. No, I've definitely had that. I went back and listened, and I'm like, shit, you can totally just hear. Yeah.
Well, dude, your videos look and sound good. So I noticed you have like zoom in effects on the beginning of your videos sometimes. How do you do that? Do you do it on a computer?
That's all like that quick app for GoPro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should download that, man. You can just I'm pretty sure you can take any video and do it with that, but like you can trim it through there and then add like different effects on it. and I bought a new phone, and since I bought the new phone, when I download my file from my GoPro, it will not show up on my phone until I edit it with the Quick app. So from here on out, I don't have a choice. So that's how they're all going to be from now on. Yeah, there's definitely like some weird ones that I'll be black and white, but only the guitar will be red, and just like weird. There's just a bunch of weird ones that I don't use, but maybe I'll start.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's I totally thought you were doing that all on a computer. I thought you were doing like a manual zoom in and everything like that.
No, I mean, I shouldn't have told you now because now it looks like I'm lazy.
Yeah, but it also you got your own style, and if anyone copies you, we know where they got it from now.
Yeah, they got it from that GoPro Quick app, man.
I meant from you, but okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you.
Who's your favorite guitarist? Do you have like a list of like almost a Mount Rushmore or something?
Dimebag Darrell is definitely number one. Always has been for me. Just his guitar solos, how much like feeling he puts into everything. I love all those like little microtonal bends, like those little hick bends and stuff. Just give it that southern, like I don't hear anybody doing that, like nobody. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dime is definitely number one. There's still stuff like a bunch of bands I like. There is literally nothing I can't learn. Most of the solos I post, I learned it like 15 minutes before I posted it. Dimebag solos, I look at it and I'm like, fuck you. Like how I can't even understand how you did that. And it's not that way with anyone else. And then Zach Wilde, for sure. Just same deal with his riffs. Like he writes a bunch of killer riffs, but like I've been like watching his videos again lately, and he looks kind of sloppy. You know what I mean? Like saw him do the walk solo, and I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, his style fits well for him, but when he tries to like do more technical stuff, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I think he's more. I think I know what you're saying. He's less technical, I guess.
Yeah.
More bluesy, kind of like jammy almost.
Yeah, he makes up for it with like all like his blues scale shit and like his crazy ass full bends and stuff like that, and his squeals obviously. But yeah, man, I don't know. His style works well for him, but
who's got the better squeals between the two of them?
Probably Zach Wilde,
okay.
But you know,
I would give it to Dime for high squeals and Zach for low squeals.
That's fair. I agree with that. Yeah.
Split it down the middle.
And then I'm right in the middle. And then the third would probably be Alexi Lejo from Children of Bodom. Insane guitarist. Sometimes I look at his solos and I'm like, I'm not even going to try that. Just fuck that. That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of Children of Bodom, but when I do, I'm always impressed.
They have, like, his singing is not great, but most of the songs are, like, compositions. There's so many different parts to it, and it's so, like, he has, like, a classical influence, and so, like, classical influence along with, like, the creepy synth and shit, they have, like, a lot of songs that are awesome. But his guitar solos are fucking crazy. And then he throws that, like, a little bit of bluesiness in there, and it's, yeah. So I would say those three pretty much. My Mount Rushmore is like missing a couple heads.
Yeah, well, you still have some space to add. Do you play much Children of Bodom stuff on your page?
Yeah, for sure.
For some reason, I must have missed those, or maybe it's just because I don't listen to them a lot. I don't know, but
yeah, I've done a ton of it. A bunch of solos that I know, just songs and stuff like that. But like, most people don't know who they are, and most people don't really listen to them, or they hear like one song and they're like, "That's shitty," and then they just kind of write them off, you know? Because like, there's a ton of Children of Bodom songs that I really don't like. So if those were the first songs I heard, I would understand not liking them. But yeah, I think people are like getting a little tired of it, so I've been kind of giving it a rest.
I got into Children of Bodom from their Iron Maiden covers. They have some really good Iron Maiden covers.
They have a good Britney Spears cover too.
Do they really? For what song?
Oops, I Did It Again.
No way. What do? They just shred through the whole thing?
No, it's just chunky. It's good, man. I've done the solo from it too.
That's really funny. I didn't know. I'm gonna definitely have to look that one up too. There was a metal band that a guy named Jesse Chifo, who I had on the podcast from the band Growing. They used to have a different band name. I forget what it was, but they did a cover of an Usher song, and it was so good. And then every time I hear the Usher song, I'm like, I can't believe that's the same song. Like I didn't know the Usher song at all. But
That's cool.
DJ got us falling in love again. That's the one it is. Which I couldn't tell you how the real song goes, but theirs is good.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'd love to do stuff like that when I have a band. Just like pick hip hop songs I like and remake them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, redo the Chronic album.
Fuck yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that'd be killer.
What if somebody's starting out on Instagram now? Do you have any tips for them? Start like new people who want to be eventually where you're at, getting sponsors and all that stuff. What would you say to them?
Just whatever you put into it is what you get out. Like you have to. My first couple months of Instagram, I would just post and then be like, okay, done with that, and then go on with my day. You know, I didn't put any thought into like how it looked or the lighting or the audio quality, video quality. So I would definitely say just try to make it look as professional as possible. And then engaging with people and connecting with people is super important because you want them to give you stuff. You want their likes and comments and stuff, but you don't want to give anything back. It doesn't work that way. So it also doesn't work to like fucking spam people and just, you know what I mean? Like those people just spam comments and like just like everything. That doesn't work either. You have to like spend time, find people you like, leave genuine comments, like engage with people. And then that's how they follow you. And, you know, again, like you guys become friends. So that's a big thing. So I would just say improve audio video quality and connect with people.
There's a weird thing going on. I've been noticing a lot of people have been complaining that they're losing followers. Like if they don't post for a couple days, all of a sudden their followers start going down. Do you ever notice that? How often do you post?
I try to post once a day. Sometimes I don't get to, and then it's just like, yeah, whatever. But I totally notice that.
Yeah.
One time I went on vacation for a week and I lost 100 followers.
It's weird, and it starts for me. It kind of landslides. Like it'll be like I'll still gain for a day or two, and then all of a sudden it stops, and then I'll look at my numbers, and like you're saying, it'll go down like 50 or 80 or something, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden you start posting a lot again, and like putting more effort back in, and all of a sudden it starts going back up. You know, maybe a couple hundred a week, even like something crazy. That's my, I guess, average 100 to 200 a week normally, but it'll just slip almost 100 down a week sometimes. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I've noticed that too. Like I post for about a week and I just stay the same number forever. Because pretty much every time I post, I get followers from it. So like that's why I try to keep the posts up. But like I personally have unfollowed people for like posting like fucking 4 videos in the same day. I'm like, even if you're my favorite guitarist, I'd be like, fuck man, all right. Like I can't. So like I try to do like once a day. Sometimes I'll push it and do 2.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I usually like to do 1. Sometimes I'll do 6 a week. I'll take a day off on Sundays or whatever. But then sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 a day. If it's, you know, one of those like Metallica months I'll do like 3 a day sometimes. And it's crazy. Like you were saying, you get in or you get out what you put in. Like days that I do stuff like that. And also videos for me don't do as good. If I do all photos, if I do like 2 photos a day, I'll be killing it. But I'm way more passionate about putting up, a video of a guitar I worked on or a song I learned than I am just another photo of one of my Jacksons that everybody's already seen.
Right. Yeah, I definitely run out of guitars because I have 4 guitars and that's it. So it's like there's not really anywhere to go.
You're not hoarding them. How do you keep your guitars? Just on stands right here?
Yeah, my Serpent King has to be on a stand because it's all retarded and you can't set it down. My other ones I just keep on the guitar stand or in the case. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never kept a guitar in the case. I don't know what it is, but people always see I have my guitars just out on the walls or on stands, and I'm way too lazy. I'll never play them. I'll like pretty much forget about them if they're in a case.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as good for them. I think it's better to be in a case, obviously, like not getting moisture and stuff in them.
I mean, for the longest time, I would just lean them up against walls. Like wherever I was done playing it, just boop, there goes that.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I bought a couple stands, and that's pretty much how I do it. And then my Dean pretty much stays in the case all the time unless I want to pull it out. But yeah, man, that Dimebucker is a little too crunchy. Like, it's cool, but like the EMGs have such like a well-rounded like boom to them. You know, they're so full and thick that when you switch to the Seymour Duncan, it just sounds like crisp and like really, I don't know, kind of quiet, and it's weird.
I was all EMG guy for a long time, probably 5 or 6, 7 years. I put him in my Gibson V, my Les Paul, my LTD. I had another Explorer back in the day. I had like 7 or 8 guitars, all with EMGs. And I started working at this place that did the wires, just like the pickup cable for Seymour Duncan. So my boss over at that place hooked me up with a set of pickups. He's like, he saw I was working on a guitar, a Jackson, and he's like, what pickups would you want? And I was like, I don't really know. And I looked through their catalog. I'm like, these two sound good. And I went with the full shred and a jazz. And it totally changed my opinion. I used to think EMGs were the only way to go. Oh, I was all EMGs until I got that one set of Seymour Duncans. And now I see the argument, like either way. When I play my Seymour Duncans, they do sound so good. When you hit like an E chord with the amp gain on 10, you do hear all 6 notes so clearly. And you can do like certain things with Seymour Duncans that sound so good. But then when I go over and I want to play like something off Master of Puppets or Injustice for All or something, some Pantera or something, even though Dime was using, Dime Buckers and other brands even, there's something about the EMGs that when you grab a guitar with EMGs after, especially a Flying V or an Explorer or something, it is so much heavier. They have so much balls. It's crazy.
Especially for like pinch harmonics, because that's like something I weigh heavily on. And just with other pickups, I feel like there's not enough sustain. It dies out so quickly with other ones.
It's obviously 81s in all your guitars in the bridge, right?
Yep, 81 and
what's
60
your neck
for all of
pick?
them.
60s in all of them?
Yep.
Not 85s? No 85s?
I was gonna do 85s for the Centurion, the Serpent King, but then I don't know. I've never played with one with an 85, so I said, fuck it, let's go with what I know.
Yeah, I've had 81s, 85s, and 60 in the neck, and they're all awesome. I mean, I like the 60 a lot. It's got the best clean, and the neck pickup is... I don't know why they get so much shit. People criticize EMG and sometimes say that they make your guitars all sound the same or something, but they do have some good sound to them.
Yeah, no, I like it, man. I haven't found a better pickup yet.
How'd you get involved with them?
I pretty much just like snooped around and found their artist relations guy on just his email. And I emailed him, explained, that I'd like to work with the company and what would I have to do, what are the prerequisites and whatever. He emailed me back and told me to send an electronic press kit. Well, he said EPK, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm not about to ask you. So I went and Googled it, and then I got like a template, made it an electronic press kit. Pretty much just said, because at this point I didn't have any like of my own music written and recorded yet. So I went with like the Brig thing, like, I make some beats for rappers and whatever. Pretty much just sent him that, explained my history with EMG. Like, I've been using them for 10 years. That's pretty much why I bought another EC1000, because it came with EMGs in it already. And then, that was pretty much it, man. He just emailed me back and was like, well, welcome to the family. He sent me like a bunch of shirts and pickups and whatever.
Dude, how happy were you?
Fuck, I was pumped. I was like I said, a bunch of like shitty little companies told me no. So MG was about to be like, yeah, sure, fuck it, So yeah, I was pumped, man.
Dude, that's awesome. That's goals right there. And also, have you ever started a businesses before, like any type of business before this, or been involved with like managers or like anything like that? Because I mean, you got some entrepreneurial skills right there, hitting up companies and finding their marketing or their people in charge of that stuff and selling yourself like that. You're marketing yourself with your shirts. That's super cool.
Yeah. No, I haven't done anything like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it out there. Like, I figured when I went to NAMM, that was going to be like a big, because I've never been before. So I was like, that's going to be a big like marketing thing. Like, I know everybody's going to be trying to do that, but I'm gonna try to like connect with people, give them my card. Like, I had fucking cards printed up and shit. It was more just fun. Like, I didn't get anything business wise done. Like, I met Jason there, but like we were already like in business together. So, but yeah, man, like most of the companies who are running their Facebooks or Instagrams are like, they're older dudes. So they don't really know how it works. And I've already went through the trial and error. So like, I ran the Savage Custom Picks website for, I don't know, like 6 months, and I got them like 400, 500 followers. Just keeping the posts up and like engaging with people and shit like that. Using the right hashtags. Same with the dude from Serpent King Guitars. Like, I had to talk with him and like explain to him what he should be doing, what he could be doing. like, hey, take it or leave it, but here's my advice. And he like was super, super stoked about it. He's like, I don't know anything about this stuff, man.
Dude, smart on you, man.
Yeah, dude, like these other guitarists hit me up and they're like, how do you do that? What'd you do? I'm like, you just gotta go put yourself out there, man. They're not going to come to you and go, hey, you want an endorsement? You know, like it doesn't usually happen that way. So it's like, oh, I'm way better at guitar than you, so that's just what it is. Like, no, man, you could do that too. You just have to go do it.
And you
And then,
gotta be like you have the work ethic that you're putting up videos and content almost every single day. Like that's a big part. That's who these companies want representing them, is people playing good music that do it every day.
right, yeah. And I've gotten a couple of my buddies hooked up with some of these companies by just telling them like, hey, this is the kind of guy you want to be endorsing. Like, he's like a good, like he has a substantial amount of followers. Your product will be in view, you know. A bunch of my buddies are hooked up with Mathis now for the same reason. 60 Second Metal, my buddy Peyton, he did it on his own. Like he just got inspired by me, and he went and he got an EMG endorsement as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome, man. I'm inspired by you guys. Jeez, that's
Go
so cool.
man. Well, you got Iron Age guitars and stuff too.
Yeah, I've got a couple companies I work with, and the one problem with me is I have too many guitars, so I want to have different pickups in all of them, and I have different brands, so like it's hard for me to commit to one brand when I'm constantly playing a different brand, you know?
Yeah, at one point I was talking to this one dude, and he was kind of hinting that he could get me in with like Jackson Fender, and he's like, basically they'd give you one free guitar, and then you can't play anything else on screen. I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not, like, I just got a new guitar too. I'm not just going to not play it. So when I was talking to Henry from Serpent King, he's like, yeah, man, it's about promoting my product. I don't give a fuck. Like, you can play whatever guitars you want. So I was like, sold. Yeah. Good. As long as I can put EMGs in it, and as long as I can play my other guitars, totally fine.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You gotta still be, you know, playing all the guitars that you want to play. You can't just stick to one. Unless they're going to hook you up with like 25 guitars or something crazy, you know?
Right. Yeah, it'd be one
guitar.
Make
me a Strat copy, make me a V, make me a Explorer, make me a Les Paul copy. Like, then we could talk.
Right, yeah, for sure. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. But yeah, just one guitar, I was like, eh. And it wasn't like a fucking offer. He was just like, hey, I can try for you. And I'm like, eh. You know?
Yeah, the one company I think I would do that with is maybe ESP. If ESP came to me and we could work out some type of deal, I would probably go exclusive with ESPs because they got Eclipses, they got the regular like Jackson style ones, they got everything. So,
do you follow SpongeBrick on Instagram?
Yeah, actually, he last year for my birthday in December, I asked him, could I come down for my birthday and take a tour of the shop? Because he actually came over to my house like a year before that and talked to me about painting on my old podcast for like an hour and a half, and super cool guy. And he had me come down and take a tour of the shop and showed me everything in their whole, because I obviously love painting guitars, working on guitars. I was like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, that dude is a killer guy. He's a fucking wizard too. He paints the craziest shit. And like we had been like talking and bullshitting on Instagram for a while, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna be at NAMM, man, if you wanna hang out. I'm like, sure. So like I'm on the bus on the way to NAMM, you know, like a park at Angel Stadium or whatever, driving over. And then like I get my phone rings and I look, and he's like, I'm on the same bus as you. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like we hung out, and he like took me up to the ESP booth, and we kind of like walked around, and he showed me which ones he painted and all that shit. It was a super cool experience.
Really cool.
But yeah, and he's like, hey man, I could try to like talk to Tony for you, like the artist relations guy. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'd be totally down. So I got like Tony's card. I like tried to stalk him, couldn't find him. So I was like, whatever, fuck it, I'll email him. I have his email, that's good enough. And then one of the builders for ESP, Greg, is like, I was also talking to him. He's a cool guy. So pretty much they were going to try to talk to Tony. So I emailed Tony and was like, hey man, like what can I do? I'm not like a conventional artist. I'm not going to be playing venues. I'm not going to be making music videos, but I am like in front of people. Like, you know what I mean? And he kind of just like blew me off and gave me a generic answer. And it was just like, okay, well, give me your like tour managers thing. Like, give me your ticket sales. And I'm like, I just told you, bro. So all right, that's a no-go. Because he's like, you have to have this many followers and this many. I'm like, all right, whatever. That's when I just kind of wrote that off. I was like, all right, fuck that, you know?
Yeah, I was hinting to Ryan SpongeBrick. I was like, dude, I was like, because he wants to do a podcast at the ESP factory is like 25 minutes from where my house right here. So I was like, dude, I would love to come down there and walk around with the camera and have interviews with all these different people who work there and check out their whole process. And then I was like, and I'm like, you could put me in front of whoever's in charge of like guitar sponsorships too. And he's like, you know what? I think we might be able to talk about that. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Got me very excited.
Yeah, you should do that, man. That'd be awesome.
Dude, I mean, that'd be my dream. My whole life, all I've loved is ESP guitars. So I would never touch a Jackson again. How about that, ESP?
You can sell some of them to me.
Or Jackson, if you don't like what you're hearing, you can sponsor me and I'll never touch an ESP. Either way.
There you go, man.
I love them both. But we all know I would be touching ESPs and Jacksons still behind the scenes. I just wouldn't put it on camera.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And then you have like 6 guitars.
Do you have anything on your page that you want to start working in, things you want to change, or you saying maybe switch up your audio setup?
Yeah, man, I might just do like what Taylor Riff and like Riff Master do, like not use Bias effects, but like just record into an interface and then record the video over that. I might eventually try doing that. That seems like a pain in the ass. And then my computer is like from 1943 and it sucks balls. So I'm not sure it could handle that. So I probably need to buy a new computer or like I said, like a GoPro mic or something, but just try to up the video quality and audio quality.
I've been trying to find ways to streamline it because right now I use a microphone on my amp into a mixer and then into my computer, which pretty simple and basic. It's not digital. It's all analog other than when it gets to the computer itself. And and it's just a bitch, though, because then you got to take the video and the MP3 and mix them together on the computer. And like you're saying, my computers are okay, but when you have like 4K or 1080p or whatever video, it's not fast to edit. So I've been looking at like a couple companies make microphones that plug directly into GoPros. And it would take a big step out of the whole process. I wouldn't have to edit anything. I could just record it and then that's it. Just post it straight from there. So I'm always trying to find out new ways to cut the process down because like you're saying, what Riff Master's doing with like the bias and stuff. Their videos sound good.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. It sounds way better than mine.
Yeah, I think yours sound good though.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I like go back and they're like super like, it's so not how it sounds like in real life. Like I use a Blackstar ID Core 100 and it has so much like you were saying about the EMG, it's just so much beef and balls to it. And it's still so crisp. And then it just doesn't translate to the video. It's a bummer.
That is, huh?
Because I used to use Line 6 for like 10 years and I got made fun of so much for it. And I liked the tone that I got from my Line 6. Like I had to work really hard for it. I had to go like into the advanced settings and fuck with a lot of shit. So if you buy a Line 6, it is not going to sound how mine sounded. So the tone is perfect, but it just sounded like it was in a video game kind of. So like I didn't really understand because I don't really fuck with other amps like ever. So I like was just like, yeah, whatever. It gives me the correct noise. I can like do pinch harmonics. It sounds beefy enough, whatever. And then I did that collab with Uncle Sasquatch, that Machine Head where we're doing the solos over each other and stuff. And the part where I'm doing the triplet and then back to his, just triplets back and forth. I was like, holy shit, my amp sounds like asshole. So seriously, after that, I was like, all right, I got to do something about this. So I sold my amp like a couple weeks after that, and then I got this one.
Did you ever have the BC Rich and the Line 6 at the same time?
No, back then I had like a shitty ass PV that was probably worse.
Okay.
Worse than that. Yeah.
As long as they weren't together at the same time, that's just the worst combination ever.
Well, and I was really bad at guitar, so I'm sure it was just like atrocious.
You know what's funny though is you say you were getting good tone out of the Line 6. People just love to talk shit because I have a basic Marshall. It's got like one tube. It's pretty much solid state. But when people don't know what I have, they go on my page and they're like, "Damn, dude, your tone is so good." And then people see my actual amp and they're like, "Oh, you need a tube amp. Get a tube amp." I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, if you didn't know what amp I was using, you would think it sounded good. Same thing with your Line 6. If people didn't know it was a Line 6, they'd probably think it sounds good.
No, for sure. I got so many comments like, dude, what's your setup? And I tell them, and then they're like, haha, really, what's your setup? I'm like, no, that's legit what I'm using. Like, I had to send pictures to people like, look, man. They're like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, yeah. Like, I fucked with all my buddies like that because they were talking shit about my Line 6. So I just took the amp and put it like behind the GoPro just so it'd sound different. And they all were like, oh my God, it sounds so much better. I'm like, it's the same amp, you fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounded really digital though.
But then peer pressure took over, and now you had to switch your amp. You're like, I got to get a new one because it doesn't sound like Uncle Sasquatch's.
I fucking defended Line 6 so hard. And then, like I said, man, it just like, once I heard it, the glass was broken. I was just like, all right, I can't unhear that. Like, I don't want to hear my amp anymore. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, man, it just sounded like, I don't know, digital is the best word I can use. Because, like, the ID Core 100 is not a tube amp either, but it just really doesn't sound like it.
I think I'm gonna go the digital route pretty soon because of the simplicity, and also I record super loud. It's a full stack, and I play it on 4, which doesn't sound loud, but it's fucking loud. My neighbors must hate me. So like I'm playing so loud, and I play till like almost 10 at night all the time. So like, you know, what are you gonna do though? I think I'm gonna switch over.
I just moved out in the middle of nowhere, so like my neighbors are pretty close to me, but not too close. And like I cranked that shit up way louder than I normally do. And I had my girlfriend go outside, and I was like, "Can you hear me?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh my God." It doesn't matter now. I can play loud as fuck at like 2 in the morning if I want.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I used to live in an apartment. So
what do you have, like a piece of land that you're living on or something?
No, we're just like renting a house. Like it has like a big front yard, 2 side yards. It's pretty nice, man.
Nice, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I lived in the ghetto for a while, so it's nice.
Dude, are you a concert goer?
Rarely now because I kind of like been to all the shows I want to be going to. You know.
What's your top couple that you've attended?
So my brother used to be the guitar tech for Machine Head. So like we used to get to go backstage all the time and like hang out with them. So like a lot of those shows were really cool because I like got to go in way before and then like go hang out with them after and like like see my brother do sound check and stuff like that. So that was really cool. But one time we got to go see Tenacious D with Machine in the crowd. So Rob was still doing the vocals for like the Blackening, I think. So he didn't come, but literally like the drummer, the bass player, the guitar player, we all got to sit in the crowd and watch Tenacious D. That was one of the coolest for sure.
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah, and they put on like a show, man. It's like a movie.
Is it just them two on stage when they're playing?
For like 3/4 of the show, yeah. And then at the end, they do the thing where like they go to hell, and then they have like the drummer and live guitar players, like or electric guitar players and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Other than music, what's your favorite thing to do?
Well, it used to be martial arts, but now it's like, I don't know, man. Music takes up a lot of my time. It's pretty much just like play video games, like hang out with my fiance, like go to work. I work 40 hours a week, so it's like not much time to do anything else.
Mm-hmm. What video games do you play?
Well, I just moved. My roommate had an Xbox One, so I used to play like Battlefield and like Fallout and like new Skyrim and shit like that. But now I'm back to shitty Xbox 360, like I'm a caveman. So I play like old shitty Skyrim and like boxing games and shit. So yeah.
I think you might need to get a Microsoft sponsorship next. Get a new Xbox up in there, maybe some games.
I'm for it, man. That sounds awesome.
Does Microsoft sponsor any musicians?
I don't know. My first endorsement was like Laura Marin. They're like a clothing company out of England. They haven't had any. Yeah, it was weird. They're just one of the people I hit up. But I'm like, hey, if you want to send me free clothes, I'm going to wear it. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I've had unrelated sponsors before. I hit up Bing Energy Drinks and like was talking to them for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm open to it, but I just don't want my bio to be like, I'm like a whore. There's like 10, so I'm trying to keep it small.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. I think what you need is beard oil sponsor.
Well, not anymore. Fuck, dude. But
Dude, it's still huge. It's still like 4 inches long.
it's so not. I seriously like it was like down here.
Yeah. It'll be
He's like, oh,
back. It'll be
I'm not
back.
gonna touch the bottom too much. You fucking liar, dude.
That's what they do every time.
I know. I shouldn't have let him do it, but it'll grow back.
That's funny. Well, my friend is a hairstylist, and she always like says that she does people's beards and everything, and I'm like, man, maybe I'll have her do my beard one day. But I know it's gonna be like what you're saying. It's gonna be way too short because I know where I need to trim it to make it still look full. Like there's certain spots that you don't travel over there.
Right. Well, so what you need to do is just grab it like that, and then be like, okay, go ahead.
Just hold the spot that's important.
Yes, just hold the bottom part, and then be like, okay, fuck with the rest of this if you'd like. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it. That's what I should have done.
Yeah. Well, or next time, don't even let him touch it. Just let that thing grow. Never cut it again, like Zach Wilde.
Put your shirt over your face. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Zach. If I could braid my beard like that, killer.
Would you do that one day? Grow it that long?
If I could, yeah.
What's the longest it's ever been?
Probably to the point where I can grab it and have it like under my chin, and then still someone coming out the bottom.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But doesn't it get in your way? Like if you're sleeping and you roll over in bed, like it gets stuck under you?
No, not too much.
Because I used to have long hair. I went 3 years without cutting my hair one time. So my hair was like down to like past the middle of my back for sure. And when I would lay down, the hair would obviously be behind your back. You'd go to like put your head forward and it'd be stuck behind you.
Yeah, no, I had long hair like when I was, 16. It was like down to here, yeah. And that got really hot and annoying. You
don't ever think you're gonna do that again?
No, I'm over it. Fuck that.
Dude, I think about it once in a while. I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm 31. If I'm gonna grow my hair out again, it's got to be now or never. Like I'm starting to get grays here and there. I can't be a fucking long gray-haired guy.
Right, you're gonna look like an old hippie if you do that.
Right? Especially if you do a ponytail ever. If it gets hot, you put it in a ponytail. Yeah. Then you look like a deadhead. Can't have that.
Right, and then you can't have like a samurai bun either because everybody ruined that. So
it's 100% unacceptable.
I mean, if you're a samurai, that's cool, but if you're not, don't do that.
Yeah, if you're not gonna chop someone's head off, then for sure don't do that.
You have to chop someone's head off to earn the bun. That's how you get it.
That's how you get it.
Yep.
All right, Matt. Dude, this has been awesome, man. MProGuitar on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Anything else people should check out?
I have some shout-outs for you.
All right.
My boy Steve, Taylor Riff, Christian, my brother Bardo Beats on Instagram, Doom Hiatus. Do you follow that guy, Doom Hiatus?
Dude, I just started following him like 2 months ago, and I've talked to him. I'm going to have him on here. Dude, how does he get his energy?
He's fucking insane.
He's awesome.
He's so funny. He's like a scientist, too. He's a super interesting guy.
He put up a video of him talking like a weatherman the other day, and that cracked me up so hard. He
is more sane than you would think he is, but it's not an act. He's like that.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like he's real.
Yeah, Sabbath and Chains, 60 Second Metal, Peyton, that's my boy too, and Guitar Chugs. Those are my shout-outs.
Dude, all good guys. I recognize all of them except Steve at the beginning. I don't know who Steve is.
Steve, yeah, he's mysterious.
The one name's Steve.
He would be butthurt if I forgot him, so I can't forget him,
Got to put him first.
That's right, he is first.
And then you happy I didn't grill you about not liking Metallica?
I'm pretty happy about that, yeah. What were you? All right, come on, hit me with it. What's up?
So why do you hate Metallica so much? What's the deal?
I don't hate Metallica, but it is now fun to hate Metallica just because how like freaked out everybody gets about it. So yeah, I never got into them, and I feel like Metallica is like, say you grew up in the 80s and you love like a cheesy 80s movie, and then you try to watch it now and it doesn't hold up.
No.
I feel like Metallica's like that. So if you grew up with it, like it was definitely awesome for the time.
Shit.
But now that you're an adult, you're like, you know what? I can't enjoy this now because the time has passed. So I feel that way. Like I feel like they're really good songwriters, like definitely talented musicians. But it's just like not my style. Like it doesn't appeal to me. Like when I see things I can like appreciate it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I get it. But don't know, man. It's not for me.
Damn. It's like Metallica is too old for you or something. Hey, cool cat.
Yeah, this guy's an OG for real. He's a guest star on my page.
I saw him walk by one of your videos, I think yesterday or something, by your stairs.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Dude, good looking cat there.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
All right, Matt, dude, good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Any other links, anything people need to check out?
Nope. Savage Custom Picks, Mathis Brands, Serpent King Guitars, but I think fuck EMG. They have enough. They don't need my endorsement. They're big enough already. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Super good talking to you, and see you on the gram.
All right, you too, buddy.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. The other way to support the show is by going over to GuitarGuts.com, and there's a link at the top for the Amazon affiliate link that I talked about in the intro. That will give you everything on Amazon at the same price you normally would buy it for, except it gives a couple % right off the top to me and charges you nothing extra. So it's a way of them kind of giving back for me sending people their way and buying things that maybe they wouldn't have normally bought at Amazon, but you decide to just because you want to support the show. Remember, you can always subscribe on YouTube, get the video version every single week on Stitcher Radio or iTunes podcast app, and that's how you can hear the audio version that you can listen to while you're driving around town, while you're at the gym, while you're cleaning the house, whatever you're doing. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and tune back in next Wednesday for another episode of the Guitar Guts podcast. I'll see you guys then.